finding a good resources for your literature review can be challenged. Many students fail to complete this step. So I'm here to provide for you a guidelines of how and why you should collect high quality peer research or peer reviewed research for your literature review. It is more likely you go to bank to withdraw money, so you need a bank, you need a card, and you need a bag to carry out the money you collect or you withdraw. So the same is true as well for finding resources for your dissertation. Many students who start to conduct literature review try to find research, but sometimes they are funny. They just find any research in Google Scholar, and Google Scholar, this is the mother of academic literature they can use. This is the only database they can use, and then opening Google Scholar, finding research, and it's done. Actually, this is a big mistake. They go through it because it's increased the research bias. And then once you increase the research bias, you have a problem for the process transparency. And this could be a huge issue when you conduct systematic literature review. As I mentioned before, systematic literature review is really essential, way to conduct literature review if you would like to publish this, because a lot of publishers require this type of methodology. But here is the point. You need as well to make sure that is every single step you are going through can be listed, can be told about, can be explained somehow, and you put some evidence of this. So once you have evidence, you make this process more transparency than ever. So if you make sure about this, so go ahead. But it's a challenge as well for a lot of students to make sure about all of these steps. So I'm here to explain for you how to collect a high quality peer-reviewed research for your systematic literature review. So number one, you need to keep in mind where academic database I should go. Not only using Google Scholar as the one and the only one, and this is all. It doesn't make sense, because in fact Google Scholar is not academic database, and it lacks a lot of functions and high quality papers. And as well, one more things you cannot apply for Google Scholar, which is search strings. So search strings, which you can use Boolean operation, you cannot really apply in Google Scholar. So this is number one. Google Scholar you can use when you want gray literature, like dissertation, thesis dissertation, like doctoral dissertation, master dissertation, as well conference paper. You can use it. Otherwise, it lacks a lot of quality resources if you really want to focus about high quality resources. In that case, you need to shift to pure academic databases such as Scopus, Web of Science. You can use as well, if this is in general covers a lot of disciplines and has large number of research you can look into. However, at some points you need a specific database to go through. One of these specific database, if you are conducting research in medical science, so you go through PubMed. If you would like, for example, education, so you go through ERIC portals. So there is many specific psychology as well. You can PsycInfo. So there is many specific database you should know that is really is good for your specialization. Provide high quality, be reviewed in your disciplines, and then go for it. So this is resources around you can go through it. For those who study engineer and and computer science, So there is as well IEEE Explore. This is very common and famous in these fields. Provide really high quality peer-reviewed papers and high quality conference proceeding books for computer science and engineering. So wherever you are, which discipline you work on it, so you should know which database could fulfill your needs finding peer reviewed in your disciplines, as I said. So this is somehow the resources around you. In order to go and seek this stuff, you need to have some kind of technique or process you go through it. So I would suggest that you start first of all by Google Scholar, having an idea what is available, if these keywords exist, if the concept is somehow available under the phenomenon or under the phrases you bought. Otherwise, replace the keywords by those who are really available on the field. And once you make sure about the concept, you make sure about the keyword you are using, then you move forward to another specific database. So I can start with Google Scholar, then I would move as a second phase to, for example, Scopus or Web of Science. And then if I am in such a specific discipline like healthcare or education, I would go as a third phase for example, PubMed, or I can use also the ERIC for educational science. So here you are, you have like cycle of 3 stations of using different levels of academic database as a general to check the water out, and then after this you go for high quality peer reviewed research and then move in depth for specific resources in your specialization. So this is the cycle you should go. In order to make this happen, so you need as well to know how to structure and shape the keywords. And the keywords is really a challenge. It is not always easy to put the keywords as it should be. So keywords, you can try by yourself writing any phrase or keywords, and then try later to verify these keywords by using Google Scholar in the beginning and see if this concept is available in general. Google Scholar in that phase would be very helpful to give you a hint about the concept is available or not, alternatives, phrases or concepts about or words about the concept you are seeking about, so you could make sort of a variation and alternative list of variation for the concept you are seeking. This as you use Google Scholar as a first. What could be very helpful as well, that you could go through a paper, a key papers, let's say landmark papers in your specialization, and then screen the abstract, read it carefully, and under the abstract you'll find the keyword section. Have a look about the keyword section, and it helps you really to grab some few formal keywords about your concept, which you can reuse it in searching other references. Google Scholar has a really nice function as well that you can use, which is like relevant papers. If you search about something, it gives you some indicator about relevant papers. That if you click it, it gives you all relevant paper around the same concept you are seeking about. So you can use this list as well to narrow down the area you are seeking on, and then to make your searching for anything you are searching for literature review more effective than before. So this is as well one hint you can take it into consideration if you seek about literature review. But as I said, structuring keywords more likely relays as well on the successfully structure your research questions. So pay attention about your research questions. If you make it clear, there is many standardization I have talked about, like BICO and all of these standardization to realize how to structure your research questions. One more thing about keywords, which is really important, is to have it in the back of your mind is the variables of research. So keywords can include, for instance, independent variables and dependent variables. Sometimes you need as well to involve mediator variables inside the strings you are searching. So this as well, keep it in mind. So you need to balance your keywords as well and include all variables you need to investigate. What else I would like to add here? So once you put this concept, you put these variables in the keyword, you can use as well Boolean operation like and or. For example, you have leadership concept. For example, sometimes you search about leadership, sometimes it can be management, and sometimes you need both. You need to collect those references who include leadership and those references who include management as well. So in that case, you need to use and Boolean operation. So you can say leadership and management. Okay, this is the first concept. If you have the concept in 2 words, you need to put some sort of quotation signs as well. To differentiate between the first concept and the second concept, you need to add, for example, or as a Boolean operator. So making sense of your searching by using Boolean operators can make your searching experience more pleasant. However, Google Scholar, you cannot really use all of these Boolean operators because it is not made for this purpose. So the Boolean operators can be valid only for academic database like Scopus, like Web of Science, and so. But Google Scholar just drop the keywords and then continue searching. So we have talked about academic database, what's type of them, and how to structure keywords. Once you structure keywords, you need to collect the resources you gathered in a systematic way and the visualized way that helps you later to screen extract data and then do data synthesis. So number 3 you have to keep in mind is let's say reference management system like Zotero, Mendeley, EndNotes. All of these kind of references you need to keep in mind when you take or when you go through this stuff. Some of them are open access resources, and some of them I would say it is subscribed or needs subscription. So you have options to select those you like to have, but the most important is make sure that you use one of them, because it's really helpful to organize these references in a way that help you later for managing your systematic literature review, helps you to make annotation, to identify something, to write a comment about the abstract, to classify this stuff together, which is really time saving for long term process of conducting systematic literature. So imagine this picture: when you go to bank, you need a bank, you need a card to withdraw money, you need a bag to put the money inside the bag. Exactly, a search strategy exactly the same. So you need to find the database, correct one, and then you need the keyword to be able to withdraw your or find your proper research paper, and then you need to have a proper bag, which is in our example the reference management system, to organize, annotate, and automate the process of screening and data extraction.